Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today it is time for another beauty wish list or not. So I'm going to go through some new releases with you and talk about how I feel about them, if there's something that I'm going to buy or pass on. Now, I really want your feedback in the comment section below. This is something that I'm now doing more regularly, which I think is really good, and it's fun to be able to talk about some of the new releases with you. But because I'm not doing them every single week, and frankly, even if I was doing them every single week, but especially because I don't do them quite that often, maybe twice a month or something like that, I'm definitely missing out on certain things. I have to filter through and limit it because otherwise I just wouldn't have time to talk about everything. But also, very often when I get to filming one of these, we're talking about things that are already released. And so I don't know if that's something that bothers you. If it doesn't, if you still are interested in hearing my feedback, then let me know that. But if you feel like that is, making you maybe not want to watch these videos and you'd prefer I either do them on a weekly, regular basis or not do them at all, please let me know. I'd really like to hear your feedback on that. I want to mention that I did end up getting that Bite lip gloss in flat white. I've only tried it twice now, so I can't completely give you my full thoughts, but I will say so far I am really liking it. So I just wanted to let you know that I did end up getting that, and I'm very, very excited about it. All right, so let's just jump right in because there is a lot. Again, to remind you, if there is something that you want me to talk about, then please just tag me on Instagram and I will do that. So the first thing that I want to talk about is from the brand Sugarpill. And if you have been on my channel for a little bit, I recently within the last few months for Mother's Day, I got some Sugarpill shadows, and I've absolutely been loving them. They're amazing quality, and you do get a lot for the price. Actually, I think that they're fantastic. But I had also gotten from them another thing that I've been loving is the lipstick. It's a liquid lipstick, and it's called Trinket. And you wouldn't be able to tell by this, but I mean, you can see the color a little bit. It's a really pretty rosy color. But this is not your everyday liquid lipstick. This is a liquid lipstick that is filled with tons of gold glitter, and it looks so pretty. It doesn't feel chunky, and the more you kind of like mush your lips together, the more that glitter comes out. But I just think that it's fantastic, and I love the formula of it too. So they actually came out with some of their shades, their new liquid lipstick shades, and they have that sparkle in them just like that Trinket shade, which I think is so cool. So they're coming out in the shades Doll Up, Pillow Fight, and Truth or Dare. And so it's like 3 different shades that would, suit different skin tones, which is really nice. And they're $18 each, which is the same, as the other one. And like I had said, it says that you activate the sparkles quicker by pressing your lips together a minute after applying. So you wait till it dries a little bit and then you press your lips together. Even if you don't, you still see that glitter, but you see it much more if you press your lips together. And I don't know about these. I can't speak to these, but I love the one that I have. I don't know if I really need another one. Doll Up looks pretty similar to Trinket. And I just don't know that the other shades are really something that I'm that interested in. But if you didn't like the shade of Trinket, but you want to try something like this, I really have enjoyed the formula. I think that they are really nice, and they smell like a creamsicle, which is fun. So I would definitely recommend these if you didn't pick up Trinket and you'd prefer a different shade. The next thing is something really exciting that has come out from Wet n Wild. Now, it has come out sort of. It's come out online on the Wet n Wild website, but it's going to be a Walmart exclusive August 1st. So this is actually something that hasn't totally come out yet. It is online, but if you don't want to purchase it online from Wet n Wild and you prefer to buy it from Walmart, then you can wait until August 1st. So this is the Zodiac collection, and we're going to talk about another Zodiac collection later. But this is something that it says it's limited edition, although I have heard that maybe it's not going to be. So I don't know, there's some conflicting information there. If I find out anything since I've made this video, then I'll put it down below. But it's going to include 4 megaglow highlighting bars, which you can see those 4 there. They look really, really pretty. And the first 3 shades are kind of, more natural type of highlights. From what I've seen of some people who, got PR and have done reviews on these, they look very blinding and beautiful, for different skin tones as well. And then they've got that like fun bluish one that could also be used as an eyeshadow, but is supposed to be a highlighter. Then they have 4 eyeshadow palettes. So these are actually eyeshadow palettes, and they look really pretty. They're all shimmery, so it's not, you know, it's something that you would pair with another palette or other shadows, and they look really pretty, but it's just not something that I'm that excited about. They're going to come out with 12 lip glosses with different finishes, and they're all, you know, the different zodiac signs. And I'm a Gemini. I don't really care that much about this stuff. Sorry, my dog is scratching himself right next to me. I don't really care that much about that stuff, but I will say that I was sort of looking to see what the Gemini one looked like, and it's definitely not something that I'm interested in. It's okay, bud. It's okay, really. It's all right. I don't mind. So if the Gemini one was like really cool, I probably would have gotten it, but I don't know. It really doesn't matter. So if there's a shade that you're interested in, I would say go for it. I'm definitely getting more into glosses these days, which is kind of crazy for me, but I really am. But I don't know. These glosses just don't excite me that much. Some of them are pretty, but I don't know. Maybe if I saw them in stores, maybe I just pick one up. I don't know. But if you are into lip glosses, you know, this could be a cool one. The packaging is beautiful. But then the thing that's really exciting is there's a megaglow loose highlighting powder. I believe it's called Written in the Stars. Yeah, Written in the Stars. I love the name of it. And first of all, it looks gorgeous. It definitely looks beautiful. But the other thing was that the loose highlighter that came in their collection that came out a while back, which definitely was limited edition, the Gothographic collection, that loose highlighter was so hard to find. I never was able to find it, which totally bummed me out. And it looked so beautiful. People were going on about how it's like high end. It's so unbelievably good. And I look for it everywhere. I still look for it. Whenever I go to a drugstore that has Wet n Wild, I really still look for it just to see. And it's always gone from the display. And if I was ever able to get it again, if they were to re-release it, I would totally get it. But unfortunately, that one was limited edition, supposedly. You never know these days, but that's what they said. And so this is really exciting because it's a different shade, although that looks like more up my alley anyway. I think the one that was in that other collection was a little more, it was called Moon Tears, I want to say. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. That one was a little more golden. This one almost has like an icy pinkness to it, which is totally my style. And I'm definitely gonna get this. For sure, I'm gonna get this. It looks so beautiful and I'm not gonna miss out this time. I don't know if it's gonna be totally limited edition, but even if it's not, I'm not gonna take a chance. I'm definitely getting it. The next thing is something from Buxom, which you don't hear a ton about them these days. When I'm posting this, it's available as a preview sale on their website. And it is available at Sephora, but it will be available July 26th on Ulta, which will still be, it'll all be available by the time I post this, but while I'm filming this, not quite available at Ulta yet. Everywhere else it is available. These are what they're calling their PillowPout Creamy Plumping Lip Powders. It's coming in 10 different shades. They're $22 each. The formula, because you know, that's something different, which is partly why I want to talk about it, because I'm excited that there's something different coming out. It says creamy plumping wet powder texture with a semi-matte finish gives you that blotted lip look. It's not transferable and it's buildable. So this is something that's interesting. I don't know how comfortable that would be. I guess the one thing I worry about is, you know, matte liquid lipsticks are tough. I have never minded them and I don't mind super dry ones, but there's a time and a place for it. And I know some people are like really, really against them and find them very, very uncomfortable, and they can be uncomfortable. And so I just wonder how comfortable something like this would be, or if this would be sort of the perfect thing for that person who wants that matte lip that's not going to transfer, but that would be comfortable. So I would be really curious to hear what people say about these, and maybe I'd get one color. I like the idea that it's sort of a blotted lip look, because that's something that you can't really get with a liquid lipstick. It's a pretty intense color, even if it is a nude. So that could be a really pretty look. So I'm definitely curious to hear about these. I can't say that I'm for sure gonna get one, but I wanna check out some reviews because it's definitely piqued my interest. I think that, you know, I've said this before, you know, there's so much being released, And so it's really nice to see things that come out that are different and, you know, something that you haven't seen before, because that's what gets me a little more excited. I'm certainly always going to be excited for, you know, things like a new eyeshadow palette or highlighters or, you know, even blushes or, you know, but it's still always extra exciting when something comes out that is just different and new and innovative. So I'm excited about this. I think this is very cool. So the next thing that is coming out is actually a really exciting one as well, because it's from one of my favorite brands. It's Dose of Colors. And if you know anything about me and my channel, I love their liquid lipstick formula. It's my favorite liquid lipstick formula. And I just love a lot of the products that they come out with. So this is a really exciting one. This is a collaboration with iluvsarahii, who, her name is Karen. Can someone tell me where her name comes from? I don't watch her, so I really don't know. And I've always been curious. If you know why her name is iluvsarahii, can you comment down below and let me know? Because I'm really curious that I've never known that. Anyway, so she's coming out with a collection with Dose of Colors. I can't say that I'm drawn to it just because of her, because like I said, I don't watch her videos or anything like that. I don't have anything against her. I just don't follow her. But she is beautiful and she does beautiful makeup. So the collection is including an eyeshadow palette that's $35. And I will pop that up on the screen. You can see the palette and you can see the swatches. It looks really, really pretty. I can't say that I'm really drawn to that just because it is $35. That's kind of a lot. And I feel like I have most of those shades. They don't really feel unique to me. There are two highlighters that are $28 each. One is Soulmate, but Soul as in S-O-L, which is a gold, and Bathe, which is a peachy pink. I would definitely be more interested in the Bathe one, the peachy pink one. It looks like it might be a little too dark for my skin tone though. That's the only thing, but it is beautiful. I certainly don't need another highlighter. We all know that, but if I was going to get one, that would be the one that I would get. But like I said, I'm not sure that it would be good for my skin tone. And then there are going to be 4 matte liquid lipsticks that are going to be $18 each, which is their, you know, their normal price for those. There's Nude Chica, Peachy, but with 2 eyes at the end. So I guess for the iluvsarahii. There's, what does that say? Oh my goodness. Fresa and Aesthetic. They look beautiful. I can't say that I need another matte liquid lipstick, but I do love their formula, as you know. So I would maybe pick up one of these if they came to Ulta. I don't know if they are, but if I was going to be placing an order, then I would maybe pick up one of these. I like Nude Chica. I think that looks really pretty. And also Fresa looks really pretty as well. That's like almost like a watermelon red color. That looks really pretty. And then they're coming out with 2 glosses. They are $17 each, and the shades are Barely There, which is a pink nude and it's sheer, and Brillo, which has gold reflex in it. Brillo actually reminds me a lot of, let me pull this back up again so I can see. It looks a little more opaque, but it reminds me of the gloss that came out with Desi and Katie, which I love, the Over the Top gloss, which is just like a sheer gloss with tons of gold glitter. So I wonder if those are kind of similar. I don't love their original lip gloss formula. I know they changed them, and I hadn't heard amazing things about the newer formula either. So I hesitate from buying more glosses from them, but if the formula is like the Desi and Katie one, that one I really, really love. So I would be definitely interested in getting one of those glosses. I just want to hear what people say about them because I'm just a little bit unsure about their formula. The only formula of lip gloss that I've liked from them was the Desi and Katie one. So we will definitely see. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up anything from this collection at all, but there are a couple things that maybe I would in the future. The next thing is something that I talked about in, I think it was my last beauty wish list, but we hadn't seen any pictures yet. And so these are the Vivid Pigments and Shadows from Colored Raine. So now we have a picture of all of them, and I believe they are now available. They look beautiful. I certainly don't need all of them because some of these are colors that I feel like I have in my collection, especially with like the Sugarpill shadows that I've gotten. I can't say that I'm running to go and buy them because I'd maybe just get 1 or 2. And I haven't really seen anyone use them yet, so I want to, you know, see what people say, of course, but I would definitely pick up a couple of these at some point because they look beautiful. And if they perform really well, which if you watch my channel, you know I do love colored Raine shadows. So I would definitely be interested in picking up one or two of these. I'll put all the information down below so that you can see the prices and all of that. So the next thing is something that's coming out from Beautyblender, which I think it's kind of cool that they're now thinking about coming out with makeup. So I love Beautyblender. I've been using Beautyblender for a long time. I've repurchased so many of these. I actually used it to apply my makeup today, but I have more recently been trying some less expensive sponges, and I think that they can definitely compete. For a while, I had tried ones that I didn't like, and you know, so that kind of turned me off for a while, but now I've been trying some that I really do like that are less expensive. I can't really say yet that these less expensive sponges are going to be my first choice over Beautyblender because I still love my Beautyblender, but there are some things that compete now a little bit. But I do think that it's cool that they're coming out with other things now because, you know, I'm sure that they're aware that there are sponges that are competing with them now. So I think that that is cool. So they're coming out with the new Bounce Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. It's coming in 32 shades, has a velveteen matte finish, 24-hour wear, $40 each. So it is available. So yeah, it's coming out in 32 shades, but look at those shades, right? So like the first 3 rows, it's like all pretty much light to medium. So it doesn't even, it looks like it gets pretty pale, but maybe not pale enough. And it certainly, you know, it gets pretty dark, but there's just not a lot of variety in those darker tones. So I just think that they could have done more with that. I appreciate that they're trying to put out a lot of shades, but a lot of these look pretty similar, and I don't know. I hope that they'll put out more. I don't know that I really want to pick it up. Maybe I would get a sample of it to try, but velveteen matte finish just doesn't really get me that excited. I've been much more into glowy skin and more youthful looking skin, and to me that isn't like velveteen matte. But you never know. Sometimes you may like something better than you think, and you can also mix in things. So I don't know. I'm not saying I would totally not ever try it, but I'm not like getting that excited about it. So the next thing is a new concealer. It's the new Coverfx Power Play Concealer. So if you know, they pretty recently came out with the Power Play Foundation, which I did try and I did a review on. So if you didn't see that, I'll link that up above for you in the cards. I didn't totally love that foundation. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. So I don't know about a concealer. I know a lot of people did love the Power Play Foundation though, so it is a very personal thing. And you know, maybe I just didn't find the exact right way to use it. Who knows? But just to give you an idea about the concealer, it's a high performance crease proof full coverage concealer in 30 shades. This looks like a good shade range though. Lots of variety. They're 0.33 ounces and $30 each. And so that sounds like it could be good. Even though I didn't love the foundation, I think that maybe the concealer would be something that I'd be interested in. I do like a full coverage concealer, but I don't want it to be too dry either. So I know that's sort of a tricky thing to find. I don't mind something that's not super full coverage. I just will usually put a corrector underneath it. So I love to be able to find something that is full coverage but feels really comfortable so that I don't have to do that extra step. So I would definitely be interested in trying this one. I really, really am curious about it because I do love Coverfx products. The foundation just didn't totally work for me, but I don't know, maybe the concealer would. All right, we gotta move it along here because this is already a super long video. So Natasha Denona is coming out with another mini palette, which I think is so awesome that she's coming out with these minis. So it's $25, and this is the mini Lila palette. So this is her purple toned eyeshadow palette, and her eyeshadow palettes are so ridiculously expensive. And these minis are very tiny. You would be surprised at how small these actually are when you see them in person, but I still think that that's awesome. I would definitely be interested in picking this one up because I love purple. I absolutely love purple. I've always seen the Lila palette and just sort of drooled over it because it's so beautiful and it's so up my alley, but it's so expensive. And so this is a great way to get some of those tones from her. I wish that those last 2 shades were purples. That's the only thing, honestly, the only critique that I have about this. I wish that those were also purples because either way, I have to pair this up with something else. I mean, you could get a look with just this, but for the most part, I'm gonna pair this up with something else. And so I just wish that these, you know, the whole thing was purple, but I still think that it's beautiful. And for $25, I don't think that that's bad. That one's going in my cart pretty soon, I think. That is so, so pretty. The next one is really just sort of a news thing, and I think that it's so exciting. Juvia's Place is coming to Ulta. It is about time. I don't know about you, but I've been waiting for this to happen for a very, very long time, and I think it's so exciting. Juvia's Place is fantastic. I have a few of their palettes, and they are all so good. The quality is amazing for the price. And the only thing about buying from their site, of course, is that you can use a discount code, but you still have to pay for shipping. So if you bought it from Ulta, you could use your points, you could use coupons, you can, you know, get free shipping or buy it in stores, because it says it's available online now that I'm posting this, but it's going to be available in 500 Ulta stores in September. So a little while, but definitely coming up. And of course, you know, eventually I would imagine it will go to all stores. I don't know how many stores Ulta has total, but I'm sure it's not 500. But I think that this is so awesome, and if you've been wanting to try Juvia's Place, this is the time to do it. The next thing I'll go through pretty quickly as well. This is something from Laura Lee, Los Angeles. Laura Lee is a very big YouTuber who I don't follow, but she has a very big audience. She's coming out with 2 different palettes. You can buy them in a bundle for $30 or they're $19 each. They are already available now. I'm not personally going to get this, but I think this looks awesome. I mean, the swatches look good, and I think the price is not bad at all. So if you've been wanting to try Laura Lee, but you weren't really into her more nude palettes, I think this is pretty exciting, and I like where she's going with this. All right, and the last thing is another Zodiac collection, and I guess it's the season for Zodiac, okay? So this is a collaboration with KathleenLights and ColourPop, and I really do love Kathleen. I follow her. I'm a big fan of her Kale Polish brand. I have a good amount of the stuff that she's done with ColourPop because I really like her style, and I really like what she's put out with them. I really do love her Dream Street palette, which was her most recent eyeshadow palette that she did with them. And this is supposed to be sort of a, not really a sister palette, but they're supposed to go really nicely together. So let's go through the collection as quickly as possible because this is getting so long. So the Zodiac eyeshadow palette, you can see that there. This one now has a mirror. So her Dream Street palette was $16 and it didn't have a mirror. So this one has a mirror, and so it's going to be $18. There are 12 shadows for all of the 12 signs. I think the color selection looks so beautiful in this. I really think that it's nice, and I think it will pair really nicely with the Dream Street palette. So I think I probably am going to get this one. I'm excited about it. And let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see with this palette if I do get it. You know, would you like to see a full review? Would you like to see a makeup look? Would you like to see both of those? Do you want to see a first impression as well? Let me know what you'd like to see with this palette because I'm thinking about getting it for sure. Then she's coming out with 2 Luxe lipsticks that are $7 each. There's What's Your Sign, which is a nude, which maybe I would get. And then there's Scorpio Moon, which is a mauve, which has a cool undertone. And they look really pretty. I have not tried this formula yet, so I would definitely be interested in trying it. What's Your Sign is probably the one I would go for, even though I have more like it. But I feel like I'd get the most use out of it, so that's probably the one I would go for. She's coming out with 2 Super Shock highlighters that are $8 each, which is sort of their, you know, creamy type of pot formula. There's Fire and On the Cusp, and I think I might get On the Cusp. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. Fire definitely looks like it's a little too dark for me. It would maybe work right now, but when I'm maybe not quite as tan, I don't think that it would work as well. So if I was going to get one, I'd get On the Cusp. And then she's coming out with 2 Supernova shadows, which are their liquid eyeshadows, $7 each. There's Astrology, which is a gold, and then there's Constellation, which is a pink golden champagne with sparkle. The gold is almost like a yellowy greeny gold. It's not like, you know, just a basic gold, so it's kind of a cool color. I don't know that I'm really gonna get either of these. I have one of their Supernova shadows, but I don't know that I really need more. If anything, maybe I'd get the pinky one, but I don't know, they don't excite me that much. I like the one that I have from them already, but I just don't know if I feel like I need more. But I think that this is a really nice collection. You know, she's coming out with the eyeshadow palette, which she's done before, but then she's also coming out with some of these products that she hasn't done with them before, which I think is really, really cool. And I think it looks like a really nice collection. And if you don't watch Kathleen, she is very, very, very into Zodiac. That's like a big thing for her. She talks about it all the time. So this totally makes sense for her. And I think it's a really cute collection. The packaging is adorable. And of course the prices are right. All right, everyone. So that is it for this edition of Beauty Wishlist or Not. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you're planning on picking up, or if there's anything that you think that I should pick up. If you'd like a review on certain things, definitely let me know what you think. And again, please do leave me some feedback below on what you think about this series. If there's something that you'd like me to change. You know, I'm just not really sure how you feel about it. I like doing these, but I just don't know if you don't like the fact that I'm so behind when it comes to a lot of these. I know that there's only so much that I can do when it comes to keeping up with these releases, but you know, the fact that I don't post them every week like some people do, I don't know if that bothers you. So definitely just let me know in the comments below. I don't mind constructive criticism, so please let me know. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I post videos every single Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes I post extra videos, but those are my regular videos. So I hope that you will stick around, like this video if you liked it. That really does help out my channel so much. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye.